Hello students, this is Ahmed Khan from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group. I hope you all are fine and do remember you are in board classes and don't forget to revise your lessons regularly. Today we are going to continue with the chapter 1 of history, that is nationalism in Europe, part 2. So before we start the part 2, let us look at what we have learned already in part 1. Frederick Cheriot created the painting. What is nationalism? European society, how it was divided? It was divided earlier into two, that is aristocracy and peasant. French Revolution and the idea of nation. The idea of nationalism. Napoleon, we have learnt about Napoleon and we have seen how Napoleon destroyed the democracy which was enjoyed by the French people for few period. Napoleonic Code, that is also called Civil Code of 1804. What were the advantages of this code and what were the disadvantages of this code? The making of nationalism in Europe. How in Europe the nationalism, the feeling of nationalism spread. We have learnt about liberal class also and what did it mean for them, that is the political sphere and in economic sphere, what did it mean for them as liberalism. New conservatism after 1815, we have also seen that after defeating Napoleon, that conservatism took power and they wanted to keep monarchy. They did not wanted any changes. They wanted to undo all the changes which was done by Napoleon. So till here we have learned in part 1. So here we are going to continue with the part 2. Dear students, as we know, the conservatists, they wanted to keep the monarchy. They wanted to undo all the changes what had done by Napoleon. But this was not accepted by the revolutionaries. When I say revolutionaries, they mean क्रांतिकारी. कौन होते हैं revolutionaries? क्रांतिकारी होते हैं, ठीक है? Establishment of secret societies to spread the ideas of nationalism and oppose conservatism. What was the idea of these revolutionaries? They wanted to oppose मतलब उनके अगेंस्ट जाना. किनके अगेंस्ट जाना? कंजर्वेटिज्म के. दैट मीन्स they were not in the favor, they were not supporting that the monarchy should sustain or remain. They wanted democracy, they wanted their nation states, right? So Joseph Mazzini, he said nation states to be necessary and opposed monarchy. Joseph Mazzini was one of the greatest revolutionary and he said there should be nations and there should not be any monarchical system. Inspired other secret societies in Germany, France, Switzerland and Poland. Joseph Mazzini joined one such society at Carbonen. That is, later he established two more secret societies. When I say secret societies, it means a group. जब मैं secret societies कह रहा हूँ बच्चों, उसका मतलब है group. तो जोसेफ मजीनी ने क्या किया? ग्रुप बनाए. किस लिए ग्रुप बनाए? सीक्रेट ग्रुप्स जो छुप के काम करेंगे. दे विल बी हिडन एंड दे विल वर्क टू डिस्ट्रॉय द मोनार्की. वो क्या चाहते थे? मोनार्की को ओवरथ्रो करना चाहते थे एंड दे वांटेड टू ब्रिंग व्हाट? डेमोक्रेसी. दैट्स व्हाई दे वर फॉर्मिंग दिस सीक्रेट सोसाइटीज. नेम ऑफ सच सोसाइटीज आर यंग इटली इन मार्सिलिस and then Young Europe in Berlin. These were the two societies formed by Joseph Mazzini, Italian. Fine. Conservative frightened by his move. Now the conservative were upset. They frightened. उनको डर लगने लगा. किसके आइडिया से? जोसेफ मजीनी के आइडिया से. Because they thought this person is going to destroy us and they wanted to stop them. Fine. Next we are going to talk about the division of age of revolution. Later, in later stage, we see that age of revolution from 1830 to 1848. This was the period, okay, where the revolutions occurred, can be divided under 3 stages, and these revolutions can be divided into 3 stages. That is, first one is the romantic imagination and national feeling, the second one hunger, hardship and popular revolt, and the third one 1848, the revolution of the liberals. We are going to study this one by one. First, the romantic imagination and national feeling. When I talk about romanticism, romantic feeling, here the poets, the artists, what they believed is that only the culture, only the paintings can create inspirational feelings in the people. For example, उदाहरण के तौर पे बच्चों, उस टाइम पर कोई ऐसी गोलियां नहीं थी जिसको खिलाई जाती और आपके अंदर देशभक्ति पैदा की जाती. ओके, सो साइंस को ये लोग नहीं मानते. दे फेल्ट दैट ओनली रोमांटिसिज्म कैन क्रिएट अ फीलिंग ऑफ वननेस, क्रिएट द इंस्पिरेशनल फीलिंग फॉर देयर लव टुवर्ड्स देयर कंट्री. फाइन. सो use of culture to create idea of nation. When all believe that they belong to the same culture, they will believe that they are one. So this was the main idea of romanticism. Romantic artists and poets generally criticize the glorification of the reason and science. They did not believe in science and reason, okay, because they felt that science cannot create nationalist feeling. Focused instead on emotions, institutions and mystical feelings. They focused on the inspiring facts to bring all together. Used art of poetry, stories and music to shape nationalist feeling. So what they did is they used paintings, music, dance to create the feeling of oneness, to bring all together. Collected folkwares to spread nationalism even among illiterates. So they visited everywhere. वो जगह जगह गए, वहाँ के जो लोकप्रिय गीत थे उनको इकट्ठा किए और लोगों तक पहुँचाए, so that they can make the people feel that you belong to this place and this is your culture, because they wanted to create the feeling of oneness. Language also played a vital role. For example, the use of Polish language. Poland came to be seen as a symbol of struggle against Russian dominance. There is an example given here about Poland. When Russia was dominating Poland, जब रशिया ने पोलैंड के ऊपर डोमिनेट करना शुरू किया, हावी हुए, उनके ऊपर कब्जा किया था, और they asked Poland to stop speaking their Polish language. आप जो भाषा बोलते हो, आपका जो कल्चर है, उसको छोड़ दीजिए आप. So this Polish people, they did not accepted it. They were ready to die. Some of them even went to jail. Some were even sent out of the state, but they were continuing with the same Polish language so that their culture should survive. This is an example here, okay? So Poland became a symbol of this kind of romanticism. Next one is hunger, hardship and revolt, okay? So in 1830s were the years of great economic hardship in Europe. At this time, that is 1830s, there was economic hardship. When I say economic hardship, that is डिप्रेशन, फसलें खराब होना, बीमारियां फैलना, गरीबी फैलना, इससे लोग तकलीफ में आ गए. ओके, द फर्स्ट हाफ ऑफ द 19th century saw an enormous increase in population all over Europe. इस टाइम पे क्या हुआ, पॉपुलेशन ग्रो होती जा रही थी, पॉपुलेशन बढ़ती जा रही थी और आपको खाने की चीज़ें इतनी अवेलेबल नहीं थी. सो द डिमांड वॉज मोर एंड द सप्लाई वॉज लेस. दिस वॉज ऑल्सो द प्रॉब्लम. फाइन. Large scale rural migration to cities led to overcrowded cities and reduced jobs. On the other side, the other problem was that people from villages, जब गाँवों के लोगों की फसलें खराब हो गई, they started moving to cities. जब वो cities में आने लगे तो cities became overcrowded, हद से ज़्यादा बढ़ने लगी, and that also created problem. Fine. Stiff competition between handmade goods and cheap machine goods. This was also one problem. There was a competition between the handmade goods and the machine made goods. तो इससे जो हाथ से चीज़ें बनाते थे उनकी रोजी छिन गई, because machine made goods were cheap. Peasants burdened with feudal dues as the rural areas, aristocracy was still enjoying the power. Peasants के साथ बुरा बर्ताव किया जा रहा था उनसे बहुत काम करवाते, but they were not paid for it, and that created more problem. On the other side, aristocracy. What is aristocracy? The upper class, the rich class, they were still enjoying the benefits. Okay? The rise of food prices or a year of bad harvest led to widespread pauperism in town and country. जब आपके खाने के food prices increased, people became angry because they did not have money. उनके पास पैसा नहीं था खरीदने के लिए, तो इन चीजों ने उनके हालात और बुरे बना दिए. This created a worse condition for them. Okay? Peasants and weavers revolted and Louis Philippi was forced to flee. Peasants, किसान जो थे, और weavers, उन्होंने क्या किया? रिवोल्ट किया, आंदोलन किया और मजबूर किया लुइस फिलिपी वहां से भाग गए. He ran away from there because of that revolt, because he feared, अगर मैं यहाँ रहूंगा तो मैं बच नहीं पाऊंगा, लोग मुझे मार देंगे. Because they were in this problem. वो किस प्रॉब्लम में थे? हंगर में थे, हार्डशिप में थे, and that's why they did the revolt. इस वजह से उन्होंने फाइट किया. The revolution of the liberals, 1848. We know who are liberals. Liberals are those people who believe that everybody should be treated equally. Simple terms, liberals वो थे जो ये मानते थे कि सबको एक तरीके से ही ट्रीट करना चाहिए in front of law, and the law should be equal for everybody. Fine. So French monarchy uprooted by revolt of 1848 and a republic had been proclaimed. Demand of liberal middle class for constitutionalism with national unification. What did this liberal people wanted? ये क्या चाहते थे? They wanted a constitution. That is, the state should be run by proper rules and regulation, and the power should not be in one hand. It should be distributed. It should be in the hand of the people. The people should rule their country. Fine. In Germany, professionals, businessmen, artisans decided to vote for all German National Assembly. So the educated people, they came together. Germany में क्या हुआ? पढ़े लिखे लोग, businessmen, artisans, they came together. What was the idea? वो क्यों एक साथ आए? Because now they wanted to create a nation. उनको लगा हम सब साथ में आएंगे और ये डिमांड रखेंगे कि यहाँ पर हमें अलग से अब देश बना के दीजिए, एंड मोनार्की शुड बी ओवरथ्रोन, राजा का रूल जो है उसको खत्म कीजिए, और वी वांट अ डेमोक्रेसी हियर. दैट्स व्हाई दे केम टुगेदर. इस वजह से वो सारे एक साथ आए इस आइडिया के साथ. फाइन. फ्रैंकफर्ट पार्लियामेंट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इन चर्च ऑफ सेंट पॉल. द पार्लियामेंट, नेम ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट इज फ्रैंकफर्ट पार्लियामेंट. अब वो पार्लियामेंट, हमारा इंडिया का भी पार्लियामेंट आपने देखा है बेटा, पार्लियामेंट, वी नो व्हाट इज पार्लियामेंट, राइट? सो फ्रैंकफर्ट पार्लियामेंट, फ्रैंकफर्ट इज अ प्लेस इन जर्मनी. तो फ्रैंकफर्ट पार्लियामेंट ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इन चर्च ऑफ सेंट पॉल. तो ये जो पार्लियामेंट था, किस चीज को पार्लियामेंट बनाया था इन्होंने? एक चर्च थी. क्या नाम था चर्च का? चर्च ऑफ सेंट पॉल. सो इस चर्च को उन्होंने क्या बनाया? पार्लियामेंट बनाया था. सो दे गैदर्ड देयर. ओके. For the constitution was drafted for German nation to be headed by a monarchy subject to a parliament. So what was the idea here? They said, fine, अगर राजा है ठीक है रहने दीजिए, but the power should not be in the hand of the king. There should be a constitutional monarchy. Now the point comes is, what is the difference between monarchy and constitutional monarchy? बच्चों ध्यान से सुनना. monarchy, राजा जो होता है पूरा पावर उसी के पास होगा, एब्सोल्यूट. ओके, फुल पावर इन द हेड ऑफ द किंग. मतलब जो भी रूल्स, जो भी रेगुलेशंस, जो भी डिसीजंस लेने हैं, पूरे किसके हाथ में है? मोनार्क के हाथ में है. ही कैन टेक ऑल द डिसीजंस. फाइन. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की, जब हम कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की की बात करते हैं, नाउ द किंग कैन नॉट टेक द डिसीजन सिंगल हैंडेडली. ही नीड टू आस्क द पीपल ऑल्सो. He need to think about the people also. So this is called constitutional monarchy, which the German people wanted. Fine. That's why they came together. Offered the crown to Frederick William IV, King of Prussia, he rejected joined other monarchs to oppose the elected assembly. When the crown was offered to Frederick William IV, he opposed to join other monarchs in this. He did not believe in constitutional monarchy. He wanted to be powerful. He wanted all the powers to remain in his hand. Fine. social base of parliament shifted to middle class dominance, lost the support of workers and artisans. Political associations were formed by women for political rights. Conservative forces suppressed liberals. What happened here? The idea which was put forward by the artisan, the businessman, that was thrown with the help of conservatives. The conservatives helped the monarch and they destroyed the liberals idea. जो liberals थे उनके ideas को suppress किया गया. suppress करना मतलब रोका गया. उनकी जो idea थी nation बनाने की with constitutional monarchy, that was overthrown. उस idea को रोक दिया गया. Okay? Serfdom and bonded labor abolished. But before that, fearing future revolutions, monarchs introduced changes. उनको डर था कहीं आगे ये लोग साथ में आके मुझ पे हमला ना कर दे. For this, he introduced some changes. कि बदुआ मजदूरी को खत्म कर दिया जहां पे forcefully the people were made to work and they were not paid. This thing was stopped and labor, bonded labor जो था जिसको हम बदुआ मजदूरी करते हैं जबरदस्ती जिसको हम लेके जाके काम कराते हैं उसको भी खत्म कर दिया गया because he feared that these people are going to attack. The making of Germany. The idea which was put forward by the liberals, the educated people, the business class, the artisans, ये आइडिया लेके आए थे कि जर्मनी क्या बनेगा, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की बनेगा, हमें आज़ादी मिलेगी. बट इट बिकेम फेलियर बिकॉज ऑफ द कंजर्वेटिव्स दे सपोर्टेड द मोनार्क और उनके आइडिया को सपोर्ट नहीं मिला, इस वजह से वो आइडिया फेल हो गया था. सो हाउ डिड जर्मनी बिकेम अ कंट्री? यूनिफाई कैसा हुआ जर्मनी? लेट्स सी दिस. इन May 1848, this is very important for you beta. In May 1848, the liberal attempt to set up a constitutional monarchy at Frankfurt was suppressed by the monarchy, military and junkers. So this idea was thrown back. इनसे उनको हार का सामना देखने को पड़ा. After the failure, इसके बाद क्या हुआ? After the failure of the German National Assembly, Prussian Chief Minister, who? Prussian Chief Minister Otto von Bismarck took the lead in German unification. This is very important. So now to unify Germany, किसने आगे कदम रखा? That is Otto von Bismarck. Who was Otto von Bismarck? He was the Prussian chief minister. Now he said, I will help Germany to become a country. Okay? 3 wars for 7 years. He conducted 3 wars. They fought 3 wars. Okay? With Austria, Denmark and France. 7 साल में 3 वॉर. किसके साथ? ऑस्ट्रेलिया, डेनमार्क एंड फ्रांस कंप्लीटेड जर्मन यूनिफिकेशन. इन्होंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया, डेनमार्क और फ्रांस को हरा दिया और इसी के साथ में जर्मनी को यूनिफाई किया, एक स्टेट में कन्वर्ट कर लिया. पर्शियन किंग सीजर विलियम I became the emperor of United Germany. So currency, banking and judicial system was legalized. After the king was there, the currency, banking and judicial system was legalized. They brought some changes. Likewise, Germany was unified. So the question can be asked, how Germany was unified? Fine. Next we are going to talk about unification of Italy. Unification of Italy. Fine. So Italy was divided in 7 states, of which only one, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by an Italian dynasty. Try to understand. पहले कोई देश नहीं थे, कंट्रीज नहीं थे, पहले आपकी डायनेस्टी, सल्तनतें हुआ करती थी. जो इटली था, इटली was divided into 7 parts, and among that 7 parts, only one part, okay, that is Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by the Italian ruler. और बाकी के जो 6 पार्ट थे वो इटालियन रूलर के पास नहीं थे. नाउ टू यूनिफाई, जो बाकी के 6 पार्ट थे वहां से जिन्होंने वहां पे कब्जा किया है उनको निकालना पड़ेगा. दिस वाज अ ह्यूज टास्क. फाइन. सो आइडियाज ऑफ इटालियन यूनिफिकेशन फर्स्ट गिवन बाय जोसेफी मज़नी. यूनिफिकेशन का आइडिया पहले किसने दिया? जोसेफी मज़नी. आई होप यू रिमेंबर हु वाज जोसेफी मज़नी, रेवोल्यूशनरी who gave the idea of unification through his secret societies called Young Italy and Young Europe. Fine. After his failed revolution in 1831 and 1848, Giuseppe Mazzini tried a level best to unify Italy, but he failed. Okay, he tried his level best but he failed. But after that, what happened? The lead was taken by the king of Sardinia, Victor Emmanuel II. तो यूनिफिकेशन ऑफ इटली के लिए कौन सामने आए? द किंग ऑफ सार्डिनिया, दैट इज विक्टर इमैनुअल II. फाइन. चीफ मिनिस्टर ऑफ सार्डिनिया, Count Cever, led unification process by diplomatic alliance with France to defeat Austria and unify its northern territories. So what happened here? Chief Minister Sardinia, Count Cever, he came together with France. उन्होंने किसके साथ हाथ मिलाया? फ्रांस के साथ. And they defeated, किसको हराया उन्होंने? ऑस्ट्रेलियन फोर्सेस को हराया जो नॉर्थर्न टेरिटरीज में कब्जा किए हुए थे. एंड दे यूनिफाइड द नॉर्थर्न रीजन. उन्होंने नॉर्थर्न रीजन को आजाद करा दिया. नेक्स्ट इज इन द साउदर्न पार्ट, जोसेफी गारबाल्दी. बेटा जोसेफी गारबाल्दी, ही वॉज द लीडर ऑफ पीजेंट्स. ओके, इनकी एक आर्मी थी, पीजेंट्स आर्मी, जिसको हम रेड शर्ट्स भी कहते हैं. व्हाट वी कॉल देम? रेड शर्ट्स. सो जोसेफी गारबाल्दी लेड द मूवमेंट by involving local peasants support to drive out the Spanish ruler. तो गारबाल्दी ने peasants, किसानों का साथ लेके किसको हराया? Spanish rulers को वहां से भगा दिया. Fine. So thus the process of unification was completed with the crowning of Victor Emmanuel II as king of Italy in 1861. Okay, so Victor Emmanuel II was the king in 1861 of Italy. Likewise, unification of Italy was done. Okay, so we can see here Otto von Bismarck. He is also called the architect of unification of Germany. Okay, and here we have Giuseppe Mazzini, founder of Young Italy and Young Europe. Okay, the strange case of Britain. Why strange? Because Britain, unlike the Italy and Germany, they did not revolted or there was no war here. So how come they were unified? Let us see here. No British nation existed before 18th century. Before 18th century there was no British nation. मतलब 18th century के पहले कोई British nation ही नहीं था, country ही नहीं थी. Okay? Ethnic groups like English, Wales, Scottish inhabited British Isles having their own cultural and political basis. Okay, when I say English, they are from England. When I say Wales, they are from Wales. When I say Scots, they are from Scotland. When I say British Isles, they are from British. When I say Isles, beta, this all are the parts of island country. Okay, ये एक island का समूह था. Fine. Growth of English nations, wealth and power. English Parliament seized monarchy in 1688. When the English country grew in power, they became powerful. So what they started doing is they started dominating the other parts. जब वो powerful बने, उन्होंने monarch का rule अपने कब्जे में कर लिया और बाकी जगहों पर हावी होने लगे. Okay? Act of Union. This is very important, beta. One more question can be asked. Through the Act of Union between England and Scotland, formed United Kingdom of Great Britain. So through the Act of Union, that is of 1707 between England and Scotland, they brought Scotland with them और उनको अपने कब्जे में कर लिया. Fine. Systematic suppression of Scottish culture, language by English began. Many were driven out of their homeland. So after this act, what the English people started doing is that they started imposing their culture on them. क्या करना शुरू किया इन्होंने? अपने कल्चर को उनके ऊपर लागू करना शुरू किया. You need to follow this language only. You have to follow this culture only. You have to accept this language only. Do you think they have or they will accept it? Let's see. Okay. British helped Protestants against Catholics of Ireland. There was one more thing. Ireland. They wanted to capture Ireland also. They wanted to bring in Ireland also. So in Ireland there were Protestants and Catholics. बेटा Protestant और Catholic Christianity के ये दो जातियाँ होती हैं, जिसके अंदर हमने देखा British help Protestants. Protestants को क्यों help किया उन्होंने? So that they dominate Catholics, ताकि वो किसको dominate करें? Catholics को dominate करें. And when you dominate Catholics there, ultimately Ireland will be in their hand. So they wanted to bring Ireland also in their hands. Later, Catholic revolt was suppressed एंड व्हेन द कैथलिक रिवोल्टेड, जब कैथलिक्स ने रिवोल्ट भी किया उसको भी सप्रेस किया गया, ओके, उसको रोका गया. In 1801, Ireland was also incorporated forcibly into United Kingdom. आखिरकार क्या हुआ बेटा? जबरदस्ती 1801 में आयरलैंड को भी इंग्लैंड ने अपने कब्जे में कर लिया, ओके, so that they should follow whatever they say because they were growing in power. So that's why it is called the strange case of Britain. Fine. Now we are going to talk about visualizing a nation. When I say visualizing, it means dreaming. Fine, a dream. Nation. Nations began to be portrayed as a female figures called allegory. अगर आपने देखा होगा भारत माता, भारत माता is a allegory. मतलब as such there was no lady, but it was believed that she was inspiration for us. She could unite all the people. मतलब उनके लिए सब एक हो जाएंगे, यूनाइट हो जाएंगे. टू यूनाइट पीपल दिस एलोगरीज वेर क्रिएटेड, ताकि सब एक तरफ आ सके, सब एक साथ आ सके. आइडियाज लाइक लिबर्टी, जस्टिस एंड रिपब्लिक टू वेर पर्सोनिफाइड एज फीमेल फिगर्स. तो पर्सोनिफिकेशन मीन्स जो चीज जिंदा नहीं है उसको आप पिक्चर के फॉर्म में आप उसको इमेजिनेशन देने की कोशिश करते हैं. फाइन. कॉइन्स एंड स्टैम्प्स टू कैरी देयर इमेजेस. हुज इमेजेस? Of Germania and Maria. Germania was the allegory of German nation. Maria was the allegory of France. Okay? I repeat beta. Germania was the allegory of German nation and Maria was the allegory of French. Okay? Maria represented Republic of France and Germania portrayed German nation. Fine? And they were created to create a feeling of oneness and people should come together. Nationalism and imperialism and the Balkan issue. Okay? Balkan became the source of nationalist tension in Europe after 1871. Balkan region, a source of tension. That means Balkan एक ऐसा region था जहां पर परेशानियां बढ़ती जा रही थी. Why? Because this Balkan region, इस Balkan region के अंदर आज के तारीख के लगभग 5 से 10 कंट्रीज एक ही जगह पे थे. Because as we know that उस टाइम पर there were no countries जहां पे राजा महाराजा उस चीज को कंट्रोल करते थे. So the whole region, the whole Balkan region was controlled by whom? Ottoman Empire. तो पूरा Balkan region जो था उसको किसने कब्जे में कर रखा था? Ottoman Empire ने कब्जे में कर रखा था. Let us see here. Okay? It was too a region of geographical and ethnic variation. When I talk about geographical and ethnic variation, that means the different class, the different cultural people, the different people who were speaking different languages, they were at that area. It was too a region of geographical and ethnic variations. When I talk about geographical and ethnic variation, in this particular area, there were people who spoke different languages. And the countries, for example, the people who were living there, Romania, Greece, this all people had different culture. So there was no similarity. Unless and until there was no similarity, then cannot be a nation, right? So inhabited by slaves. Slavs are the people who were living in this region. Those people who were living in the Balkan area, they were called as Slavs, fine? And was under control of Ottoman Empire. I have already told you, the whole Balkan region, पूरा का पूरा Balkan region, किसके अंडर था? आपके Ottoman Empire. That means Ottoman was a king there. Fine. Ideas of nationalism swept over entire Balkan region. So धीरे धीरे जो ideas थे nationalism की, that is everywhere spreaded. पूरे Balkan region में वो ideas फैल गई. What ideas? Which ideas? To create nation. Now every people who were living in that region, they felt that they should have their own nation. हर एक ने ये सोचना शुरू किया हमारा भी अलग से एक देश हो. And this thing created more problem. How? Okay? One by one, different nationalists declared their independence through struggle. हर एक ने अपने आप को घोषित कर दिया कि हम आज़ाद होना चाहते हैं. They started fighting. But this created more problems. इससे और भी problems आई. Like, it became an area of conflict among its nationalities and later became one of the causes for First World War. The problem was that every particular region wanted to acquire more and more region. हर एक चाहते थे कि हमारे पास ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एरिया आए. and because of this what happened, they started fighting with each other and this ultimately led to the First World War. इसके वजह से क्या start हुआ? First World War start हुआ. Okay, each state developed jealousy and hope to expand at the cost of others. As I just told you, हर एक state, हर एक region ये चाहता था कि हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एरिया मिले, and for this the fight occurred. Fine, they were struggling to prove their trade and military might over the others. Everybody was trying to show that they are dominant over others, and this created more problems. Countries like Russia, Germany, England, Austria, Hungary extended their control over Balkan area. Now they also interfered to take control of those areas, and ultimately we know World War I started. So dear students, we are going to discuss the important questions from your textbook now. Page number 13 of your textbook, okay, under the title The Age of Revolutions 1830 to 1848, you can write a question here. Why was the period between 1830 and 1848 called the Age of Revolutions in Europe? Okay, I repeat the question beta. Why was the period between 1830 and 1848 called the Age of Revolutions in Europe? So this whole paragraphs under this title are very important for you. Okay. Next is 3.1, same page, the romantic imagination and national feeling. Here you can write down one question. How did culture play an important role? This is very important question beta. Okay, last year in the board examination this question was asked. I repeat my question. How did culture play an important role in creating the ideas of nation in Europe? Explain. Again, you have to mark all the paragraphs in this. Page number 20. Page number 20, Italy unified. That is unification of Italy. You have to go through page number 20. Okay, the first two paragraphs. It's very important for you, Italy unified, and page number 21, the strange case of Britain. This is also very important. There is a NCERT question also, but this is also important. One more question can be asked from this paragraph. Fine. And page number 23, the image of Germania. Image question can be asked. Page number 24, that is also very important. You can see different symbols are given, the sword, olive leaf. Okay. So dear students, we'll stop here. If you have any doubts related to this chapter, I will solve these doubts in your doubt session. Please study regularly, take care of yourself. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Thank you.